And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kerry Sherman with you here from Otis High School. This evening we are proud to bring you a pink out on the volleyball court. We have the Otis Lady Bulldogs against their in-county rivals from the north, Lone Star. This is a big-time small-town media production of Class 1A volleyball for ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv. Trying to make sure I got everything set just right here. Struggling to hear ourselves. This is a contest in the YWKC League. Lone Star comes in at 5-3 on the season. However, they have won 5 straight, including a big win last Thursday against Idalia in the Rickery volleyball tournament. They still have contests with Woodland and High Plains on their league schedule. Otis, the more well-known of the two teams, as they have been involved in the last 4 state championship matches, winning 2 of them. They are 13-3 on the season. Losses to Caliche and Resurrection Christian in the NJC tournament in early September. And then they lost to Akron in the opener of the Akron tournament a few weeks back. They have rolled 6 straight wins, including 5 of them by sweep. We are getting ready here. Otis has given up their traditional red uniforms to sport the pink tonight. Lone Star will be in their blue uniforms. These two programs have some commonality in the fact that the head coach of Lone Star, Kim Bowers, was part of the 2002 state championship team here at Otis, coached by Bonnie Kuntz, who's currently the head coach still here for Otis. And a number of the upperclassmen on the Otis squad served as managers for that team. It will be Otis's serve to begin things here. Back to get us underway, Antonia Schaffert. Middle attack there by Mary-Kate McCall was blocked back at her. She'll just dump it over the net and down to the floor in front of 2 sprawling Lady Bulldogs. First point of the contest to the visitors. Eva Vasquez, I believe. No, that's number 15. Brooke Muirhead with the serve, and trying to get our camera working right here. We're a little bit tight in our setup. We'll get you on the action here just a moment as we try to make sure we're able to move our camera side to side. Point to Otis. They lead 2-1 on the serve of Emily Palzer. Muirhead with the setup for McCall. She'll dump it over. Bumped up by Kirby, the libero. Outside swing for Patterson. Off the deflection and out of bounds for the 3rd point of the contest for Otis. Palzer sends it over. It's a short serve, bumped up. McCall from the middle hits it into the net. Should be 4-1. Vasquez with a dump over. Set outside for Patterson off of a diving attempt by Aspen Weathers and out of bounds for the 5th point. Timeout, Lone Star.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco, everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087.
Back from the timeout. Again, it's a 5-1 start here for the Otis Lady Bulldogs. Again, it's Emily Palzer with the serve, one of the 3 seniors on the Otis squad. Muirhead with the bump set for McCall. Dug up. Outside swing for Patterson. Dug. And now Lone Star scrambling. Bumps it over. Middle hit for Noble. And she'll get credit for the kill. Weathers dug up the serve, bumped over by Muirhead. In Patterson from the outside, this one into the tape, and it'll fall on the Otis side. Giving the serve back to Lone Star. Cameron Latrell drives one deep, received by Palzer, hit over by Patterson. Free ball from Latrell. Patterson again with the swing. And too hot to handle for Muirhead. Side out back to Otis. A 5-point advantage here in the early going. Number 1, Kylie Coons, one of the many freshmen on this team, now to serve it. Dug out of the net and finally popped over. Otis with a chance to score. Coons tight to the net. And Davis just able to dump it over. And now Weathers will get the kill off of the save attempt by Schaffert. That sends Mary Kate McCall back to serve. And did not have a good toss. She'll re-go. Palzer, Coons, Patterson reaches for it and gets one down in front of Latrell. And Patterson steps back to serve it up. That handled by Weathers. She'll get the swing. Dug up in the back by Patterson. Now Schaffert takes the big swing. And off of Weathers, or rather Muirhead, hit the ceiling. It's a point to Otis. Patterson will move along the service line. Muirhead with the overpass, and Coons unable to handle it. Vasquez will handle the service now. Drives it to the middle. That's Palzer. Set up for Noble. Back row dig. Muirhead dug up by Kuntz. Patterson sets it outside for Schaffert. Vasquez with the diving save. Bump over McCall. Davis goes on to dug up. Davis on the overpass pounds it down, and she will get the kill off of the dig attempt. 6-point advantage for Otis as Mallory Noble, another of the talented freshmen for Otis, serves it up, drives it to the near corner, dug up by Latrell, hammered over and too far by Weathers for the point to Otis. Noble goes in the middle. It's McCall. Little mishit action from Carissa Walsh, and it finds a spot on the floor for a Lone Star point. Aspen Weathers rides it down, dug up by Schaffert. Davis bumps it over, would have gone out of bounds. Latroul saved it up. Muirhead will bump it over. Patterson, now Kuntz, middle set for Palzer, and that misses the line. It's another point for Lone Star. Weathers still on the serve. Drives this one deep for Patterson. Kuntz with the bump set. Noble hits it over. Muirhead outside for Latroul, off the tape, and that was Davis who bumped it over. Backhand, now in the middle. That's Palzer, dug in the back. Dumped over by Muirhead. Outside hit here for Davis into the net. And a point to Lone Star. They trimmed it to 4 points at Weathers. Schaffert with the receive. Outside now for Palzer, and she'll hit it right into the net. Nice scoring run here for the Lady Longhorns with Weathers at the service line. Deep serve fielded by Patterson. Outside for Palzer, and gets it down in front of a diving Weathers. Carly Flager will come in and serve in place of Davis. Vasquez mishandles it, still live, bumped over by Muirhead. Kuntz sets Palzer in the middle, off the net, and dug up by McCall. Shoot over by, I believe that was Latroul, and then hit way too far by Schaffert. And another point to the Lady Longhorns. Carissa Walsh, part of the group of sophomores who figure largely in the future of this Lone Star team, hits it into the net. That sends Schaffert back. And we're having problems with the camera here. Another point to Otis. Muirhead bumps it over and just pitches it out of bounds. Lead is back up to 6 at 15-9. Schaffert again on the serve. Short. Palzer from the middle. And off the touch. Point to Otis. Weathers digs it up and passes it over the net and out of bounds. Otis has pushed that lead back up to 8. Schaffert again. That one close to the line. Vasquez got it up. McCall dumps it over. Back row set for Schaffert into the net. Side out and point to Lone Star. Brooke Muirhead spins one in, bumped up by Schaffert. Set for Palzer, was blocked. Now Kuntz will hit it over. Outside for Latroul. She'll just shoot it over, fielded by Patterson. She'll take the swing and find the floor. Lead quickly at 18-10. And Emily Palzer will serve it up for Otis. Latroul now to Muirhead. In the middle, McCall. Dug up by Flager. From the back row, that was Emily Palzer, and she will get the kill. We've got a timeout. Second and final timeout by Lone Star in this first set.
Akron Auto's proud to be the best pre-owned automobile dealership in northeastern Colorado. Quickly expanding, Akron Auto has 2 locations, the original on Highway 34 in Akron and a second on Highway 34 in Fort Morgan. Akron Auto wishes to thank local patrons for making their business possible and asks visitors to stop in and see what may be on the lot for you. Tax time is the perfect time to use your rebate on a car, truck, or SUV upgrade. Akron Auto, better for your budget.
Set 1 here in the YWKC League between Otis and Lone Star. Lady Bulldogs in front of the Lady Longhorns, 19-10. Again, Emily Palzer serving it up for Otis. And was Latrell couldn't handle the serve. And now Otis, as their visitors doubled up. Serving to Latrell. She gets it up. Muirhead outside for Vasquez. Off of a jumping attempt by Schaffert. And that gives the point back over to Lone Star. Kylie Boland checks in for Kylie Kuntz on the Otis side. Latrell serving it up for Lone Star. Goes right at Palzer. Bumped over by Otis. Set was tight, and Weathers just kind of dumped it over, and Otis could not handle it. Latrell hammers that one too far and out of bounds. We've been having some issues with our camera today. Get that fixed. McCall shoots it over for Lone Star. Patterson dug up in the back row by Walsh. Miscommunication, so Weathers just bumps it over. In the middle, that was Lisette Burgess. Dug up by Palzer. Patterson will hit it over. Muirhead setting it up. Weathers dug up by Patterson, and we've got an Otis player under the net. So we've got things squared away here now. Boland setting for Patterson, dug up by Muirhead. Weathers, she'll be dug by Schaffert. Big swing out of Patterson, dug up by Lone Star. And that one can't be dug out of the net. Serve will get back over to Otis or Patterson. 9-point advantage here in set 1. Short serve popped up by Vasquez. Free ball from Latrell. Boland setting for Noble. Off of the dig by Mary Kate McCall and out of bounds. Otis 2 points away from winning set 1. Patterson and drives one towards the line, dug up by McCall, bumped over. Now big swing for Schaffert, dug in the back row. Bumped over again by Weathers. Palzer, now Boland, outside. That was Noble. Weathers with the hit off the block, Boland. And now Otis will be unable to get it over. Vasquez trailing by 9. Schaffert bumps it up. Boland in the middle for Burgess. Unable to clip the corner, and that's another point to Lone Star. Vasquez drives one, bumped up by Palzer. Schaffert with the big swing. Doug now bumped over by Mary Kate McCall. Setting it up for Noble. Dug by McCall. Weathers dug by Patterson. Schaffert will drive it over again to McCall. Muirhead setting it up. Outside for Weathers. Miss hit. Fielded by Boland. Set for Burgess. Again, unable to rotate the shoulder and snap the wrist down. Hits it too long. It's down to a 7-point game. And Otis out of rotation. That will be a free point for the Lady Longhorns. Vasquez drives one, fielded up by Palzer. Schaffert off the net, dug up back row by McCall. And then Weathers hits it into the net for Lone Star, putting us at set point for the Lady Bulldogs. Mallory Noble will have the serve. And McCall unable to handle it. And that will go in the books. Set one to Otis, 25-17.
In 1916, it is estimated that producing 100 bushels of corn took approximately 35 to 40 hours. Today, it is estimated that producing the same 100 bushels takes less than 3. A lot has changed in the last 95 years, but one thing has stayed the same. Farm Credit is still the lender of choice for America's farmers and ranchers. We are passionate about agriculture and are dedicated to serving America in good times and bad. This is Jordan Wilkie in the Yuma Lending Office. Give us a call today to see how we can help you. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
These days, there's no free lunch, no free ride, not even any free time. Well, at Bank of Colorado, we're putting an end to all that because our personal free checking and personal free collection serve up a whole lot of free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, and more. Then when you add our personal free collection, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you want to bring back the free, apply today to open a new account. Visit bankofcolorado.com and long live free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
Carrie Sherman back with you from Otis High School. Ready for set number 2 between the Otis Lady Bulldogs and the Lone Star Lady Longhorns. Otis winning the first one, 25-17. It'll be Lone Star serve to get us underway here in number 2. Back to serve is Walsh. Short serve dug up by Schaffert and then dumped over for the point. Emily Palzer, first to serve it up for Otis, drives one deep. Popped up by Vasquez. Muirhead sets it outside. Just set over by Latroll. We've got an illegal contact on the setter for Otis, Kylie Kuntz. And that ties it up at 1. Brooke Muirhead now back there for Lone Star. Bumped up by Patterson. Noble. Dug up in the back row by Muirhead. Set for Latroll. Too tight to the net, and she hits it into the tape. It'll fall on the Lone Star side. Burgess comes in, replacing Librero Shiloh Kirby. Kuntz dug up. And double contact by Lone Star. That'll give Kuntz another serve. He'll serve it to Weathers, shanks it. Latroll chases it down. And McCall dumps it into the net for another Otis point. Kuntz again serving towards Weathers, and that found a gap between Weathers and Walsh. It'll be a quick timeout here from Otis.
Citto has been a staple in eastern Colorado since 1971. Since 1977, Citto has been your place to go for trusses, wall panels, and buildings. With state-of-the-art equipment allowing Citto to stay on top of the truss industry, Citto wants you to know that while the economy has affected everybody, it's allowed them to provide some different services while being able to maintain their spot as one of the top truss manufacturers in Colorado. Contact Citto Building Components out of Otis at 800-925-3207. That's Citto, proud to support eastern Colorado.
That timeout by Lone Star. Their first in this second set. Otis with the 5-1 lead. Kylie Kuntz back to serve it up some more. In the middle, it's Walsh. And McCall tries to drive one over on the free ball, hits it into the rafter for another point to Otis. This time, Kuntz serves Luttrell. Vasquez with the hit, dug up. Patterson goes cross court, dug, but out of bounds. I believe that was Weathers who attempted to dig it up. Serve to Luttrell. Near Heed. Luttrell just dumps it over. Kuntz sets in the middle. Burgess off the block and out of play. Burgess, another of the freshmen from Otis, able to get a little more on top that time after driving several out of bounds in the first set. Kuntz drives that serve at Walsh. Misjudged it. Goes off her arm and out of bounds for another point. 9-1 is the start for the Lady Bulldogs. And again, off of Walsh and out of bounds. And Luttrell's trying to help out her teammate, stepped in front and shanked one out of bounds. Kylie Kuntz on a service roll. Team up 10. And serving Walsh, gets that one up. Luttrell up in the middle for McCall. Palzer to Kuntz. Noble with the swing, dug up, back row by Muirhead. Dumped over by, I believe that was Luttrell. And Patterson in the net. That'll give the ball back over to Lone Star. And it is Cameron Luttrell to serve. Patterson going back to get it in the air. Palzer with the back row attack, dug up by Luttrell. Weathers hits it into the net. Point to Otis. And Patterson will now toe the service line. Pops one up. Dug up by Luttrell. Hit over by Weathers. Noble off the set. Drives one that's dug up by Walsh. And then Luttrell dumps one illegal contact. Point to Otis. This one, Patterson hit it short, and Weathers had to dive for it. The return went all the way over the net and out of bounds behind the baseline. This one, a lot more steam on it, dug up by Walsh. Burgess puts it down on the overpass, and it's a timeout. Lone Star out of timeouts here in set number 2.
Ice and Oil has been supporting our community for over 65 years and is the leading supplier in propane, Sinclair diesel and gas, Chevron oils, greases, and lubricants, and a variety of tires and Delco batteries. Located on Highway 34 in Otis and Plattner, Ice and Oil is your #1 source for diesel, oil, gas, and propane needs. For all those road trip adventures through Northeast Colorado, they offer 24-hour pay-at-the-pump gas and diesel services. Ice and Oil, American product, American quality, affordable prices.
This brought
Back out of the timeout, and it's still Patterson with the serve. Muirhead. She'll shoot it out for Weathers, and Burgess blocks it right back at her. Stuff block for the point by Lizette Burgess. Patterson with the loft hit. Will be outside for Weathers. And this time hits it into the net. Noble and Burgess putting up a double block. Patterson drives this one. Latrell. Now Muirhead in the middle. It's McCall. Blocked right back by Burgess. It'll be Weathers, and this time Burgess a little too anxious and gets called in the net. 14-point advantage for Otis here in set number 2. McCall drives one, dug up by Palzer. Noble straight down. Judging by the tally on the wall here, that's the 18th kill of the match by Otis. And Otis hits the serve into the net. Noble will be coming out to be replaced by Anna Rees, another of the freshmen on this team. Over half of the team for Otis freshmen. Vasquez drives one right at Rees. She handles it. Back row bumped over by Patterson. Outside for Weathers. And that one hits the floor just inside the baseline for the point. Vasquez into the net, giving it back to Otis. Carly Flager coming back in for Otis, replacing Burgess. Flager's deep serve handled by Latrell. Weathers dug up by Patterson, and set was a little off, and Schaffert bumps it into the net on the third hit. Aspen Weathers hits one over for Palzer. Kuntz back set. Schaffert dug by McCall. Shanked over in play by Muirhead. Palzer from the middle, too strong, out of bounds. Weathers again. Palzer handles this one. She'll get the hit off of McCall, and that one will find its way to the floor for point number 20. Schaffert serve, handled by Vasquez. She'll hit it over on the free ball. Kuntz sets Patterson, dug out of the back row by Weathers. McCall will bump it over, off the touch by Palzer, and Patterson drives it. Latrell will bump it over. Back row attack for Schaffert, dug out of the back by Latrell. Oh no, that was Weathers who handled the dig. Latrell hit the attack into the net. Schaffert with a little punch over. Weathers got it up and over. Walsh over. Now for Palzer, and she saw an open spot on the floor and just dumped the ball into it for point number 22. Schaffert's deep serve mishandled by Weathers, and it almost went into the basket. And now that will result in a replay, no point, 22-7. Vasquez got it up. Latrell dumped it over. Now Patterson, big swing, dug by McCall. Muirhead sets the troll, and out of bounds, but off the block. And that's a point to Lone Star. 22-8 is the count. And it will be Carissa Walsh. Oops. Handled by Palzer. Quick for her in the middle. Blocked back over. Kuntz dumps. McCall digs it up out of the net. Kuntz setting Patterson down the line and in. See number 12, Madison Thompson check in, replacing Anna Rees in the Otis lineup. Palzer into the net. Muirhead set to send it away for Lone Star. Dug up by Shafford. Set for Patterson. No touch, out of bounds. Point to the Lady Longhorns. Muirhead. Dug up by Patterson. They'll set her again, and this one off the block of McCall and down. Puts us at match point. Not match point, rather set point. Best of 5. Remind myself. Kuntz dug up by McCall. Or no, that was Walsh. McCall will bump it over. Kuntz sets it up for Burgess. McCall got a piece of it. Vasquez shoots it over. Kuntz for Patterson, and off of the Lady Longhorns and down to the floor. Set number 2 goes to Otis, 25-10.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Alan Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Alan Bear and his staff serve as stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Alan Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Alan and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Alan Bear Agency can serve you.
One of the most important benefits of being a Premier Farm Credit member borrower is having the opportunity to share in the association's profits. Since 2001, Premier has paid out over $31 million in patronage dividends. If you want to be a part of a member-owned and controlled cooperative that offers interest rates that are competitive in the marketplace and committed to a patronage dividend program, call your local Premier Farm Credit office. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Everybody knows that when a great opportunity, like an iPhone, presents itself, you grab it. Somebody says they've got tickets to the big game and can't go, you grab the tickets. Somebody tells you that you can get an iPhone at a special price, you grab it. And it's true. For a limited time, Viero has iPhones for only $79.99. And we'll even pay your early termination fees up to $200 when you switch to Viero. All that and coverage you can count on. So hurry into Viero today. Your iPhone is here. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Ice and Oil has been supporting our community for over 65 years and is the leading supplier in propane, Sinclair diesel and gas, Chevron oils, greases, and lubricants, and a variety of tires and Delco batteries. Located on Highway 34 in Otis and Plattner, Ice and Oil is your #1 source for diesel, oil, gas, and propane needs. For all those road trip adventures through Northeast Colorado, they offer 24-hour pay-at-the-pump gas and diesel services. Ice and Oil, American product, American quality, affordable prices.
Carrie Sherman back with you from the Sea of Pink here in Otis. Lady Bulldogs have taken the first 2 from Lone Star, 25-17, 25-10, and they will serve to begin set number 3. Back with the ball is Antonia Shafford. Dug up by Walsh. Muirhead will bump it over, and on the attack was Palzer. Saw a big void in the Lone Star defense and just softly hit it to that spot. Shafford scrambles to get the ball. Patterson blocked by McCall. Dinked over by Latrell. And then Palzer takes a full swing and buries it in the floor. Shafford off of Walsh and out of bounds. Walsh had a nightmare string of service receive in that second set. Gets this one up, but shanks it out of bounds. Shafford goes into the middle this time for Weathers. McCall hits it over. Dug up by Patterson into the middle for Palzer, and it finds its floor just inside the line for a 5-0 start. Shafford will go back to Walsh, and the sophomore again having troubles on serve receive. This one to Weathers, dug up. Latrell, and too tall and out of bounds. It's a 7-0 start for Otis. Short serve, drops down for the ace, and a quick timeout as Otis has run out to an 8-0 lead here in set number 3.
Citto has been a staple in eastern Colorado since 1971. Since 1977, Citto has been your place to go for trusses, wall panels, and buildings. With state-of-the-art equipment allowing Citto to stay on top of the truss industry, Citto wants you to know that while the economy has affected everybody, it's allowed them to provide some different services while being able to maintain their spot as one of the top truss manufacturers in Colorado. Contact Citto Building Components out of Otis at 800-925-3207. That's Citto, proud to support eastern Colorado. Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecko, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget, you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
Back from the timeout, and Lone Star gets on the board. That sends Brooke Muirhead back to serve it up. Dug up by Shafford. Out of the middle, it's Palzer. Right on the back line for the quick side out. Palzer will serve it up. Go to Latrell. Muirhead sets it for Vasquez and into the net. Palzer, this one again to Latrell. Attacked by McCall, was dug up. Muirhead, now Vasquez, and McCall blocked. Muirhead from the back row, dug up by Shafford. Patterson with the big swing, dug up by Weathers. Shot over by Vasquez. Noble with the attack, tried to go angle and hits it out of bounds. Latrell drives one, popped up by Patterson. Back set 4 was too tight to the net. And Patterson could do nothing with it. Latrell again, powers one. Patterson up. Noble off the block of McCall and out of bounds. Point to Otis. Kylie Kuntz to serve it. I'm short to Weathers. Vasquez. Set was tight to the net. She tried to just shoot a set across and missed the line for the point to Otis. And now we've got the Lady Longhorns out of rotation. Coach Bowers getting the explanation from the floor official. Now, I don't know the rules of volleyball well enough to understand all of the hand signs in that, but it's a free point to Otis. The Troll digs up the serve. Middle attack from McCall, blocked. Vasquez, excuse me, hits one over. Saw all of the Otis defenders tight to the net. Dropped one just inside the baseline. McCall serve dug by Palzer. Burgess into the net on the attack. So Mary Kate McCall again to serve it up. Bumped up by Patterson. Back row attack for Palzer, and that one was too long. McCall drives this one again. Patterson now will take the swing, and off of the dig attempt of Muirhead, out of bounds. Serve back to Otis, leading by 8. It'll be Patterson's turn to serve it up. Tries one in the middle. The Troll gets it up. Muirhead set in the middle for McCall and did not get on top of it. Hit it off the back wall. The point to Otis. That one, McCall gets it up. Muirhead out to Vasquez. Hits the angle. Flagger dug up in the back by McCall. Weathers cuts one short across the net and gets it down in front of a sprawling Carly Flagger. Vasquez will head back to serve it up, trailing by 8. Palzer got it up. Noble into the net. Lone Stars cut it to 7. Patterson, now Coons. Noble tight to the net, got it, hit across, dug up. Weathers dumps it over. Coons into the middle for Burgess, dug out by Latroll. Set up for Weathers into the block. Burgess and Weathers unable to dig it up off of Burgess's block. So Noble heads back to serve. Otis has Lone Star doubled up, 16-8. McCall on the serve receive. Weathers and Otis unable to handle that hit. Lone Star trying to dig its way out of a huge early hole. Whittled down to 7. Flagger. Now Patterson. Noble will shoot it over and will get to the floor. Muirhead scrambled for it. Unable to get a good hit on it. Boland just checked in and serves it into the net. Carissa Walsh will serve it up. looking to cut it inside of the 7-point area, and serve is short. Madison Thompson will check in place of Flagler to serve this one. Team leads by 8, and she serves one up short. 2 straight missed serves by the Lady Bulldogs. Muirhead dug up by Patterson. Palzer dug by Muirhead. Set up for Latrell. She'll bump it over. Noble. Patterson outside and down. Emily Palzer serves it up for Otis. Gets that one over. Dug up by Weathers. Set for McCall. Got it off the block. And Noble hits that one too strong. Again, Lone Star within 7. Haven't been able to cut it under this. Set up for Patterson. Dug up by Muirhead. McCall off speed. Pancaked by Palzer. Noble's hit rolled along the net tape and dropped on the Lone Star side. Kuntz already back to serve it up. Bumped up by Weathers. She'll get the swing. Goes angle. Dug. Patterson pushes it over. Vasquez will hit it over on the free ball. Back set for Noble. Dug up. The swing by Weathers. Dug in the back row by Thompson. Swing for Patterson goes off speed and hits the void in the Lone Star defense. Lead is back to 9. Kuntz drives one at Walsh. She gets this one up. Muirhead in the middle. McCall reached for it and could not get on top of it. Hits it strong and out of bounds. And for the first time tonight, we see number 30, Teresa Davis, check in. Actually, guess they gave a touch on that, so it's 21-13. Noble out of the middle. Actually not real sure what I missed a call somewhere, but that makes it 21-14 in favor of Otis. Something happened while I was checking on the substitution. McCall dug up by Noble. Burgess, big swing and down. Her best swing of the contest. Flagler comes in for Thompson. Davis will get her first serve attempt of the evening. Drives it. Bumped up by Latrell. Set was tight to the net, and I think the officials they were calling 4 hits, but they pointed the wrong way. That gives it back to Lone Star. Noble off the net cord and down for the point. So Noble will get the serve, 2 points away from the match win. That one's short, popped up by McCall, and Weathers unable to dig it out of the net. Brings us to match point. And the Otis crowd rising to its feet. Noble dug up by McCall, overpass, Burgess put down, dug out by Muirhead. And the scramble hit out of bounds by the Lady Longhorns. And that completes the 3-set sweep for the Lady Bulldogs. 25-17, 25-10, 25-15 as teams shake hands under the net. And thank everyone for joining us on this special broadcast of a pink out here as these teams join forces to try to raise funds for breast cancer research. I know, seeing Otis collected pledges for their number of kills in the match. I see 24, it looks like 30, so that'll be a productive night by the Lady Bulldogs. We'd hope to make this a doubleheader tonight and get out in time for the football game. Now, Otis is hosting Colorado School for the Deaf and Blind. However, we are not going to be able to get out there in time to do that. So this concludes our broadcast for the evening. And from Big Time Small Town Media, I'm Kerry Sherman signing off this production of Volleyball for ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv.